so here we go, game one. We got Player-1 playing Rob again. We saw him play in winners. You know, he took his losses in winners with Rob. I believe both. Wasn't he playing? He was playing Mike Ray, right? Yeah, he was playing against Mike Ray, and now he's going to be playing against Ness. And thus far, we have 59% lead, 47. And that's making the recovery happen just a little bit there. Gonna find his way to get some percent racked up. You know, maybe take this Rob out of his comfort zone. The thing with Rob, his defense is pretty strong when it comes to neutral. He's a little on the weak side though when you get him in the air. Ironically, like all his moves are pretty disjointed, but in the air. But the problem with it is just most of it's really slow. Seeing some thunder action here. A lot of that. Just camping, kind of catching these landings, catching these hits out of aerials. Pretty solid punish when your opponent's airborne with very low risk. Doesn't really rack too much percent though. Pretty low damage per hit, but does have some potential for setup into PK thunder too. And that's a big hit for sure. 150% though. Definitely in KO range if Ness can get the grab. It looks like Rob has gotten his own grab, and he's going to be trying to take that edge there with the chain grab. Ness and Lucas, very well known for getting chain grabbed, or at the very least grab released into free hits against most of, if not all of the cast. And Rob definitely is no exception to that. He has his own chain grab. He does have to do grab release and then dash out though. And typically those dash ones, they're actually very hard to do on net play because you're talking about an extra few frames of delay. And the way those dash chain grabs work is you have to dash after a certain number of frames has passed upon the release. And it's very easy to mistime it, and then you don't dash early enough, and as a result you miss the timing and you don't get the regrab. Which is why whenever you see me play against Ness682, if I'm playing him, I'm typically not going to go for the chain grab just because we're playing online. If you're playing offline, in person, you'd see me go for it every time because, you know, if you chain grab him all the way to the ledge, you can grab release him off stage, he gets put below the stage, he then has to double jump, and if he does not immediately air dodge, you can go for an edge guard. If he does air dodge, you can predict that, cover that. But in an online setting, Ness becomes a little bit better just because of that small, like, little input delay, making the chain grab a little bit less reliable. But just because it's slightly harder doesn't mean it's not doable. Some players are going to opt for it. If they feel confident they can do it, then they can get some value out of it for sure. It's just a couple frames harder, you know, because extra delay. The whole thing with grab release chain grabs, the reason why it's so apparent is when it's a grab release, the person mashing out is the one who controls when exactly they get released. It's not the person doing the grabbing who's in control. They're in control of whether or not they can follow up, but the timing varies depending on the person mashing. So it's something you have to react to. Anyhow, so far though, this game going pretty even. 148, 137. Both characters high KO percent. Quick little back air though, gonna clean up that stock. That's kind of running away for a little bit. But one with a quick little back air doesn't quite take it. It's the forward air, but pretty excellent DI from Ness. He's gonna be surviving a bit longer at the very least. Ooh, quick jab in the reverse. That one only hit because it's Rob. Rob being a bit of a large character, even though like Ness was facing the wrong way, that jab still connected. And he's right up on him, facing the wrong direction, but it still connects, just due to Rob's weight. Not his weight, his frame. The down air again. Ness getting a ton of mileage this stock out of his down air. So far got 2 jab locks off of that down air. Now, quick 102 extra credit. Lots of extra credit in this game. On that last stock, 102, 106. Getting hit, though, trying to go for this grab. A little greedy for it, maybe. Let's see how Ness is going to find his opening. Is he going to camp it out and wait for Player-1? Is he going to try to sneak something in? Maybe a dash attack or dash grab? What's his game plan here? Hitting the PK Thunder 2, Thunder 1. There's another one. He's looking at probably just spam this one real quick since Rob's landing options are pretty bad. He doesn't really have a whole lot he can do against these PK Thunders. His forward air is probably the only option he has other than air dodging it. Everything else is a little bit too slow. Okay. Oh, Ness approaching, but steps on the gyro in such an awkward spot. Gets grabbed for it. He's got himself in a little bit of a precarious position. Looking at 80%, he's just about in KO range against a specific subset of moves from him. Maybe like up smash can even kill possibly now. Now 106. Gyro on the ledge. Ness gotta find his way to get something. Gotta get an opening. Put himself in a better spot. Close out the stock. Do something. Put an end to it before this Rob can rack up more percent and then have yourself in a 50-50. There you go. Quick dash grab. Punishing that slow ledge getup. That post 100 getup in this game is really slow. If you've played Melee and Brawl, you're used to the slow getup. If you play Smash 4 and Ultimate, there is no slow getup post 100. The getup animations you get pre and post 100 is pretty much the exact same in Smash 4 and Ultimate, but in this game, they're a lot more vulnerable post 100. Oh, Ness just SDing out. Gotta wonder if maybe the wrong stage was picked. My guess would be Player-1 or... Oh, okay. Looks like Player-1 counterpicked to Smashville, or for some reason Battlefield got picked, so we're just gonna go and opt out of that one. There we go, we're seeing Player-1 on his Pokemon trainer. I have not seen much of his Pokemon trainer, in all honesty. Typically, you usually only see him play Diddy, but I think these days he kind of just restricts himself from playing Diddy online. Maybe he's one of those players who feels like, oh, if I play my main online, it's just worse. But we're seeing a lot of chain grab action coming out from the Squirtle. The grab range looking kind of nuts. Gotta wonder if if Player-1's gonna go for the chain grab with Charizard instead, where Charizard has even bigger grab range. Little chain grab though coming in. Okay, there we go. Nice little edge guard coming out from Player-1's PT. Squirtle putting in work so far. And the question is Player-1 going to stay on Squirtle the whole time? There is this factor of fatigue. If we're seeing Player-1 stay on Squirtle, he's going to start doing less and less damage and less knockback. I think there might even be something to like how early they get KO'd when they fatigue. I'm not too sure on that one, but for sure less damage and less knockback. So far, Player-1 kind of just running away with it, making it look like this matchup is a real rough one for Ness. And there we go, we finally seen a different character here. Player-1 didn't switch voluntarily here. This is just like every stock the character is going to switch naturally. Now we're seeing the natural switch for the first time in this game. There we go, chain grab with Charizard. This one, you literally just have to hold L and mash that A button. It's the same deal with doing it with Marth. Charizard just has a very long grab range, and Ness being Ness, you know, he's gonna get the business. Just gets that grab release, and unfortunately, that's how it goes. It's just this is the unfortunate part about playing Ness. Ness content to camp out on that platform. Certainly cannot blame him in this matchup. And that, yeah, you know, exactly that right there is the reason why. You're just gonna get shield grabbed a lot in this matchup. Unfortunately for Ness, air dodges in and tanks an entire rock to the face, pull a rock smash, losing that stock at 150. Now he's got to make so much work happen if he wants to come back into this game. It's 2 stocks to 1. Charizard's a heavyweight. He's not going anywhere for another 40% most likely. And if he gets grabbed again, that could be an easy 30% minimum. Does get the down air though. No DI. Awful position for Player-1 and loses his stock very early. Okay, back to the Squirtle. Now in the first stock, we did see Player-1 kind of tear Ness a new one, but ooh, gets the down air into the jab lock. Getting a sweet spot bat. Nice little combo with a little bit of pizzazz on it. That's the neutral air. Okay. Get some action here. Getting the PK2 to get out of that situation. Goes to the down air. Doesn't get the spike. Gets the sideways hit. Ness putting himself in an entirely different game almost from that first stock. Definitely holding a lot of control, not getting grabbed too much by this Squirtle. Gets the back throw. That's going to be game 2. Going to Ness 2-0. The very interesting sort of reversal in that last 2 stocks. Really mostly in the last stock. Pretty crazy stuff from Ness. Good stuff to him though. He's got a 2-0 lead. Looks like game 3 we're seeing Player-1 pull out the Bowser. This is a low tier character. He's been kind of going down the tier list in a way, it seems. He went to Rob and then to PT and now to Bowser. And this character, he's pretty bad. But he does have his jank to him, right? He's got the claw hopping, he's got grab release shenanigans on everyone in like the entire cast. He grab releases you, usually can get a free jab off of it. But I believe in this matchup he can just chain grab. Another down air though, and gets the jab lock again. Another forward smash tipper. Some free damage. Ness on fire this tournament so far. So he can maintain that. Are we about to see an upset here? Is Ness about to beat Player-1? And Player-1 would be one of the players who'd be favored to get top 2, top 3 easily in just about any of these net play events. If he goes strictly Diddy Kong, he would definitely be favored, but he's the type of player who really doesn't enjoy playing Diddy in any sort of lag at all. Really, he's very particular of a player about latency in general, but mostly the time you'll notice it most is if he's playing in lag and he's losing. Surprisingly, he didn't like rage quit this time. He rage quit versus Mike Ray. This time he's like, you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna rage quit versus the Ness, dude. I'm just gonna play a different character. I'm gonna play better. And you know what? More power to him. Respect it. He's pulling out the Bowser, and he's living to 204, dude. He's living for quite a while. Is he gonna get this up tilt? Right now, at this percent, Bowser's best KO options, probably looking for either a little claw to get the press near the blast zone, or looking for an up tilt. You could go for a smash, but those are gonna be kind of slow. Some up Bs out of shield. Gets back thrown. Yeah, get out of here. 200% no shot, you live. And Ness gonna be content to camp it up a little bit here. He's got a stock lead, and he's playing against one of the slowest characters in the game. Definitely should be seeing it. A little up B out of shield, nearly taking that stock. Not quite enough though. Ooh, quick little F tilt. Somehow does not kill, even at 140. That is absurd. Up, seeing the claw. That's gonna be the first stock. There you go. Now Player-1 closing that stock lead, holding out. Ness hanging out in the platform. Maybe trying to cool Player-1 off. Kind of ice him out. PK Fire coming out again. Bowser too thick. Just kind of forced to tank the whole thing. Doesn't even want it, but he's there. He's gotta take it. He doesn't have a choice anymore. Oh, the grab. For like the first, maybe second time in this game. It's a grab. Ness instantly mashed out though. Man was not about it. Eating another PK Fire and another. Just PK fire all day, every time, dude. He's tanking these. Player-1 getting a little bodied by these PK fires. Let's see how he covers this landing, though. This little DBZ moment there, taking a quick trade. 131 to 88. Both these characters. Oh my goodness, the Bowser bomb coming out. Doesn't quite take the stock though. 145 to 109, coming to 120. Only a small percentage separating the two. Sweet spot back here though. That's gonna take that stock. This Bowser. That's a little early. A little bit of a wacky DI there. But Player-1 coming out with that quick back air to retaliate. Now he's got the chain grab, drops it, gets the forward air off the grab release in the air though. Oh, okay, nice little up B out of shield. Let's see, what are you gonna do, Player-1? In a tough spot, bro. How you get out of this? It's a quick little up B, doesn't quite shield that, jumps right into the PK fire. Find his way. There's the side B. Oh! Ooh, maybe he was going for the little Bowser side there. Didn't quite get it, but that would be the game in his favor, though. Game ends by Bowser side, and that should be a win for him. Oh, and back air, sweet spot right off stage. Ness greeting a little bit for that PK fire, getting punished about as hard as he possibly could. Player-1 taking his first game on the board. Okay. Seeing some action here. Another game of Bowser versus Ness. Now, Ness being a little more wary now than maybe he was at the start of that first Bowser game. He's kind of just like doing whatever, hitting these spikes. It's like he's trying to take his time, but be a little more safe about it. Be safe, be smarter. Not trying to get bodied again. He didn't really get bodied, but he had his moments where he did. Just Bowser running away with it. But a nice little lead he's got himself here. These PK fires. Okay. Now we're seeing Ness content to camp out over here. And we're playing on, you're seeing PS1, you're gonna see some camping usually. This is one of those stages. You know, two of these transformations, I'm telling you. Fire and the rock. No one wants to approach anyone on that. Like almost ever, it's usually gonna give you a disadvantage. There's just not much value in it, especially if you got a huge lead. You know, if it's friendlies, people probably approach, but a lot of the time when you see these guys counterpick to PS1, you're gonna see some camping happening on these transformations. Quick little forward air here though. Ooh, going for the Bowser bomb to grab ledge. A little bit of a mix-up option. Just the neutral air. Gets power shielded though. Okay. How is Ness gonna get opened up or get the opening? He gets clapped. Cat caught right out of his PK fire. Okay, 80 to 130 though. Ness holding a little bit of a percent lead, but he's on the same stock here. And Bowser is a pretty heavy character. He's got a lot of KO power if he can land the moves. 112 now. Really got to find some way to end this stock. Ness is struggling here. The gap is being closed bit by bit. Every second he spends not getting that KO is, you know, that's another second. But there it is. Finally clutches out the stock with an up air, but immediately gets hit with an up air of his own from Player-1. Stock's immediately evened up. Okay, Player-1 rolling out of that corner, eating the PK fires for breakfast though. 50%, 60%. Sheesh, that's a lot of PK fire damage. Just getting away with it. Bowser a little too thick to be able to withstand all that. Got put on the burner for a sec. Okay, Ness just really content to throw those PK fires. Hey, so you know what? If it works, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Keep doing it till it stops working. Player-1 gotta find his way in. Open up this Ness without giving up too much advantage. Does have the advantage of being heavier and having a little more KO power, but approaching is not really one of Bowser's strong suits, really. Camping really isn't either, but his advantage state, not the worst, right? It's not the worst. He does have to get there, though. Seeing a lot of lag spikes coming out, though, this game. And it looks like Player-1 has rage quit again.